Seku in here. Him and I are the founders and the developers of the app we all know and love. We have had quite a few requests from the public to do something similar to what we're doing today. They just had a lot of questions. I'm seeing a lot of recurring issues people are having with the market overall right now, just how things are, and it just metas in general. So we wanted to tackle some of those and also answer any questions that you guys may have regarding the tool itself, anything you want to learn about launching, anything you need to understand about botting on Solana in general. We're here to answer all your questions. A little background on myself. I have been in the bundling game now for almost a year on Solana specifically. And I've been in crypto now. This is probably my third cycle. So I'm a veteran in the crypto space all the way back when Ethereum was the only main chain, back when BSC became a thing, then the uprise of Solana. I saw all of it. I was there for all of it. The dev himself also, it's the same thing. We've known each other for a while, and we've been through many cycles now together. Now, regarding the meta, regarding the my experience overall in bundling, I did a lot of AI and tech-based coins back in the few months where these were really hot. I was one of the top 5 earners in another Discord server that we all might know called Penguintoolz. And then we also know some unfortunate events happened, which led us to stray away from it, to say the least. So ever since then, we created Penguintoolz. Penguintoolz was built to be a more advanced and more custom tool in the sense where we wanted to give someone who has experience launching, someone who has been making 100, 200, 300 SOL consistently, we wanted to give them as much control of their launches as possible, which at the time others did not. Now, we created a tool where we gave people options that others have never seen, such as custom settings on priority fees, custom settings on your compute units, custom settings, even on your slippage. So this essentially lets you understand the mass sniper. It's known as a bundler right now, but technically it's not quite a bundler. It is a mass sniper because when you're launching, you're having the up to 40 wallets you're using, you're having them all mass snipe your token at the same time. Now, Penguintoolz, I believe, is the only one on the market currently that allows people to have full control of their launches in the sense of their fees that they want to use, the slippage they want to use. But this also comes with a little skills floor that is higher than other similar products in the space right now. But we as a team are here to help you, to help everyone of every skill level be able to use this at any time and be able to be profitable with it. We have the dev in the call as well. I'm here right now, and we have quite a few coaches now in our server as well. All of these coaches are vetted by not just us, but people in the industry. And they all have a history of not only just coaching, but being successful in the crypto space, in the launching space, in the bundling space specifically as well. We'll start off. If you guys have any questions for myself or the dev, please, I'll give you a couple minutes. Ask whatever you guys would like. You can message in the AMA chat here. You can message in the general chat, and we will answer it right away. So you guys have now some time. Please get your questions in. I will also now start introducing everyone here and give them a chance to speak as well. If any one of you would like to come up and speak, do let me know, and we can give you a shot as well. For starters, I want to introduce Seku here. He is currently, I believe, one of the best developers on Solana. What I have seen this man achieve, what I have seen this man build, is unparalleled. We are lucky to have him working with us here on Penguintoolz and being our lead developer. So, Seku, please come up, introduce yourself, and please answer any questions anyone may have.
Hey, thank you, Penguin. I'm here, like Penguin said, me and Gooms are uh, we're the owners of the Penguin. Okay, so it was an idea that we came up with together. We just wanted the feature that we gave to you. So it's something we ourselves thought was useful. So if you have any question, any problem you have faced with the tool, with launching or anything, please do let me know here. Ask in the AMA chat. Wait, let me get started here. Uh, yeah, like you said. So I'll leave the rest for you, Bingo.
All right. Let me just go through our chats here. I am seeing a question someone had, which he asked the advantages of manual bundles and how to use them. While using them, how can we proceed to bonding? So there's a few different strategies, a few different ways you guys can go about your launches. And it also depends on a couple factors of how you will lead into bonding after you bundle. So the way I would answer that would be if you are worried about snipers, they're a thing. Penguintoolz is already built to avoid snipers. Just the way it's harder for snipers to track us, it's harder for them to hit us. So people are already giving a lot of positive reviews about them avoiding snipers in general using our product. On top of that, there's one I know called Orca. This is a notorious sniper in the space. I've heard that he has a 1 million plus soul stake dedicated just to him. So that's like a godly setup. That guy I have seen I get on my launches all the time too, but only it's usually 0.5, 0.7 that he would buy. But even that can be avoided using something like a manual bundle. So how that would work is you will launch your coin. Our Penguintoolz has a manual feature in it. It's just a little checkbox. You check it. Well, all that does is that when you actually launch the token, the bundles will not drop until you choose to drop them. So this gives you a lot more control over your launch, where you can simply launch it, sell the dev wallet if you like to shake off the sniper. Even if you sell a small percentage of the dev wallet, that can help you scare away the sniper. Once they sell, you can then drop the manual bundle and start bringing in any volume that you plan. Like if you're sharing your project somewhere, if you have any Telegram groups, you can bring it on to there and bring volume to it, leading it to bonding and thereon. Because most of your volume will come post bonding anyways. But it's the beginning. You have to realize also that your bundle in the Penguintoolz sense is directly volume as well. Because when you're mass sniping it, people are seeing so many different wallets for buying. Now, when you also make it, if you use random tagging, you use your tag and you use your aging correctly on our tool, it will look like a bunch of Bloom, a bunch of Photon, a bunch of BlueX users all buying this coin. So it almost creates the illusion that the coin got shielded somewhere, or it's a very big insider play. That's just essentially how it is built from the ground up. Now, follow that with some volume, maybe through whatever methods you use. If you don't have any sources of volume, then finding a time where it's a hot time during the day, as you may say. So let's say there's a tool called Pump Money. It's a Discord server. I personally use that one as well. It shows you the volume every 15 minutes to every 1 hour. You can look for relative times during the day when the volume is high, and then launch during that time. And this way, your chances of success will be higher because there's more people already buying coins and trading at that time. Thank you, Shifters. You can see the link to that server in our chat here. We are not affiliated with them. This is not an endorsement. It's just a good tool. I use it, and that's why I'm showing it to you guys as well. So Pump Money, you can use things like these to basically always keep up to date on what's going on in the market. where the volume is. Pump fund volume really matters because the more people trading on pump fund, the more likelihood of your coin bonding because the more people will buy on pump fund. I'm seeing a couple of questions here. Also, could you please explain how custom slippage works exactly and how to set it up? Because we have multiple people asking about it. Okay, custom slippage is basically there's a couple different ways when you are because like I said, this is a mass sniper, it's not a big Jito bundle, it's not technically a bundler in the technical sense of it, it's a mass sniper. When you're sniping a coin with so many different wallets, each wallet should have a slippage setting, as which means basically how much are they willing to go above their specified buys to get the buys in. If the slippage is set too low, let's say you set the slippage at only 5%. By the time your wallet puts in the buy and the price move, let's say the price moves really fast, which it does when your coin launches, the first few seconds, the price moves really, really fast. So if you have a 5% slippage set, that means if the price goes above 5% of where the buy was placed, the likelihood of your buy failing goes higher. Now, to avoid that, you can set a higher slippage. If you're using one of our Jito modes, like let's say Surf or Ice Cold, you could get away with 99% slippage because it has MEF protection built in. One of the biggest fears people have when they are setting custom slippage and stuff is MEVs. Yes, MEVs can affect you on our Blizzard mode, which is a pure RPC mode, but even then, it's like a 1 out of 10 chance. Most of my launches, I personally use Blizzard mode the most because it's the fastest, and I get MEV'd 1 out of 10 times. It happens, yeah. When it happens, it's annoying, it sucks, but it's not very common. But besides that, if you use a higher slippage on Blizzard, you can get away with 30 to 35% and not get MEV'd. 99% you can use on Ice Cold and on Surf, which are pure Jito modes, and they have MEV protection just built in. This will guarantee that 100% of your bundles land. But again, it relies on your settings and how you set these numbers up. I hope that answers your question, Adma. How to find Angry Teacher asked, hey everyone, how to find a meta to launch coins? Okay, honestly, the way I exactly do it myself is one, I hang around in Telegram and Discord chats. There's a few, there's one called Prosperity DAO. It's a Discord server. I can link that for you as well. It's just a server one of my friends runs, and we just basically they talk about shitcoins in there all day. I can spend 5 minutes in there and get a good idea of the meta. So getting in groups and communities where people are trading every day is always good to keep up with the meta in general, because just hanging out in those chats, people are sharing CAs, people are, being more engaged and more active with what's going on in the market, and this will give you an idea as well of what to buy and what the current meta is. The second way you can do it is spend some time on MemeScope, on Photon, and on Bullets. Just spend maybe an hour or so a day just watching what's going on, what's launching, what's being successful, which kind of coins are running, what bonds super fast, and what goes much, much higher after bonding. Once you see these once you sit there for about an hour, you'll get a good idea of what's running and what you should be launching yourself. Let's say you plan to launch an AI coin, and everything running that day is a dog or a cat. In that sense, you won't be able to really launch the AI coin and be successful. So it's probably good to, leave it for a day or two and come back when the meta supports your coin better. So a launch is it's not as simple as just getting a JPEG, putting it on a coin and a ticker and the name and launching and being successful. It is not that easy. Like I hate to break it to you, it's not that simple. It takes some thinking, some thought into every step that you take. You have to take in data from what the market is giving you, and then basically act accordingly. So if you see the volume's bad and the meta is not fitting to what you're trying to launch, it's okay. Don't launch. Leave it for a couple of days. Because one of the worst things you can do is launch a good project at a bad time. And sometimes a bad project launch at a good time will make you money. That happened like the last few months were just all like that. January, December, November, when it was a bull run. Anything you launched was sending. Now we're in March. Solana's at, let's see what is that right now. $125. You know, it's not 260 anymore. So at this time, we have to work a little bit harder to make the same kind of gains that we were making back in January. But it still is possible. But over here, the people who really put the pre-work into the launches are the ones that will be more successful. So that's where something you always have to think of. Be resourceful, get the right resources around you, get in the right Discord groups, get in the right Telegram groups, and just be active in the community overall. And get an idea of what the metas are and what people want to use to launch. I have launched some coins that have made me 50, 60, 70 SOL in minutes just because I saw in some Telegram chat that they were looking for someone to launch XYZ coin. It was about some tweet. So I launched the coin and instantly had success. So you will have chances like that too, but you will not see the opportunity if you're not looking for it. So always be out there, always be looking for opportunities, always be looking for chances, and getting an understanding of the meta overall of what you can launch and what will be successful at that time. Okay, I see a couple more questions. I'm going to answer these, and then I'm going to let the coaches do their thing. I will introduce all the coaches one by one. You guys will have as much time as you want to ask them any questions. They are very experienced and a lot more experienced than I am in many ways. So please do ask them any specific questions you have about launching the stuff, and they will answer them. And you'll get different perspectives here too. I have my style of launching. They have their styles of launching, and each of them works. So you can see from different coaches just within our one server and find out what works best for you and just use that to your advantage. Another question I see here is how to sell without wrecking the chart. Can you give an example? Yes. So this question is a little loaded. The best way I can answer it is it all depends on volume. If your coin is at 50K market cap, but you have no volume on it, even the smallest sell will send it downwards. So at that point, there's not much you can do besides wreck the chart. Now, if you have good volume coming in consistently on your coin, let's say your coin's at 400K market cap with 1 million volume, you could sell in small increments. Our tool allows you to do that. So you can go in the sell window, select the percent you want to. The way I do it is I sell 10% of a wallet at a time. I will select 5 wallets, and then I just press the random button in our tool, and then I just sell 10% at a time. This way, you can slowly take out liquidity and at the same time not destroy the chart. And you're selling into green positive volume, so you're getting the most Solana for your tokens that you're selling. If you just press sell all, you will get hit by slippage because that one candle that you're creating, that big red candle you create, is going to be send the price down sometimes by 70 to 80%. So selling slowly, you're selling into, and if you're selling properly into green volume, you will, one, not wreck the chart, and two, take out the most profit for yourself. I hope that answers your question. Another question. Angry Teacher asked, also, I have another question. How can I use exchanges to hide my trade without KYC? Someone else, I think, asked us that earlier too. I'm not sure about no KYC exchanges, which ones are out there. Mexi, I know, used to let you do it with just an email, but I'm not sure if that's the case anymore. I have many KYC accounts, so our friend Shifters here could probably help you out too. So this question I will leave for him. So when he's speaking, please ask him this at that time, and he has a resource he could probably put to your advantage here. Okay, so Datari asks, if I said 99% slippage, I'm gonna sell all my bundle. What was the real slippage lost on my sales? Okay, so the slippage you're setting for buying is completely different from when you sell. From when you sell, you just have to essentially guesstimate how much of an impact your sales will have on the chart. If your value of your tokens is, let's say, 50 SOL, but you dump the price by like 80%. So you're probably gonna get 25 or 24. So with a one candle sell. That's why I personally always recommend to sell slowly. But in this market right now, volume is hard to get. And if you're having trouble getting volume on your token, then sell all is the way to go. Yeah, you get hit by the slippage on the way down, but it's better than nothing, right? I hope that answers your question. When max support, I think the dev already answered that. Okay, Pesh asked, do you recommend to risk volume funds to get people in or trigger some KOLs TG group that basically make calls through their filter? The thing is, if you're creating the volume artificially, people can see through it. Like the KOL Telegram groups you're talking about, there's probably some smart degens in there. So it's hard to fool them when they can just open your chart and see, oh, this volume's all botted. So what I would recommend is if you can somehow find people who have copy traded wallets, maybe give them ECA or something. That has worked for me in the past. It brings a lot of volume. So if one copy traded wallet buys, it would attract attention from other people, and it will go off on scanners, and then they see the coin, they like it, the tech works, etc., etc. They will buy it. That's another thing you can do, but as far as volume bots go, I'm not very much of a fan of them. What I do want to let the public know is that we will have a free volume tool and a bump bot being released very soon. And when I say free, I mean it. There's no fees, there's no hidden fees, there's no nothing. It's 100% free. To the public, you can use it. You don't have to have Penguintoolz. It doesn't matter if you're using Penguintoolz or not. You can have access to the tool. It's gonna be posted in our Discord very soon. It will have a volume bot feature. It will have. It's not connected to Penguintoolz. I see someone asking that. I mean, it's our brand, it's our product, yes, but it's free for everybody. So there's no caveat. There's no fees. Nothing. It's just a simple volume bot with a bump bot with it. So because honestly, these things are they can be useful if used correctly, and we will show you how to use them as well. And doesn't matter which bundler you're using, you will be able to use our volume tool and the bump bot, of course. I realize some other tools right now have these features, but they're not even working on their tools. So a couple people ask me, "Hey, can you please add a volume feature to your bot?" I'm like, "I'll do you one better. We'll just give you a volume bot and a bump bot. Give it to your friends. Give it to everybody. Everyone use it. We don't care. We'll be updating it too in case there's ever some changes to pump fund, so you always have something good working for you." Okay. So I'll take the last question here from Pesh. What kind of strategy do you recommend for launch? Bundle first block or bundle after 10 minutes? After 10, even after the 1 minute mark, you lose out on almost all of your potential volume. Unless if you have volume coming in from other sources. Like I know a lot of people do this where they'll launch a coin and they'll just let it die for like a day sometimes, and then just all of a sudden bring a bunch of volume in. But they're showing it in every group possible, and they're getting a lot of eyes to it from those ways, you know. So if you don't have any volume to follow up your buys, then I wouldn't risk it. Always, my projects are all usually done within 5 minutes. I have many 300, 400, 500, 1000 soul cooks, and they were all the maximum time I held was I think 8 minutes. So you don't really need to be doing all that extra stuff to make money. Okay, last question. When marketing? Marketing for what? Which paid marketing methods would you recommend? Okay, so this is something you guys will have to find out on your own. But when you find it, gatekeep it because it won't work if you share it with everybody else. Uh, I'm just being frank with you. I'm just being 100% blunt with you. If you go around and you ask, you just look for people on Twitter that have small followings and get a lot of views on their posts and that are usually on point with their calls. Start talking to them and just ask, hey man, like how much would you charge if we just did some projects together? I'll give you percent of the project, or I'll give you XYZ sold per project. You know, make a deal with them and then just work with them alone. Get as much value as you can from their audience over a period of time, whatever their TVL is. And once you get the full value, go to the next one. You know, just move one by one. So this is one thing you could do. You could do the same thing on Telegram, of course. Just look for some callers, try and make deals with them. There's many out there. It's really easy to find. But at the same time, there's a lot of bad ones. So just you'll have to do some trial and error until you find a good one that brings really good volume. And then just use them consistently until it doesn't work anymore. When it stops working, next one. Does that answer your question, Frank? Awesome. All right. So now we'll move to the coaches. I'll introduce them one by one. I'll let them come on the stage and speak, and you guys may ask them any questions you may have. The first one here is Uncle Warren D. Guru, the one and the only. He is a veteran in the space. I'm sure all of you already know him. He has a very well-known YouTube channel as well. He has a Twitter as well in the space. He has a Discord server. He's the guru. He's the teacher. He's the one everyone goes to when they start bundling. I don't think I have much more to say about him from here. Everyone already knows him. I'll just let him come up and introduce himself. Unc, you're up.
What's up, guys? How y'all doing? Thank you for the much for all that introduction, brother. And like, man, you're doing an amazing job with everything you said. I'm recording this definitely for YouTube, so that way it can get syndicated out for everybody to see it, hear it. But man, it's been such a journey with this whole entire process with this project. Man, it's crazy because, to be on complete frank with you guys, everybody's on the outside looking in. This project wasn't even supposed to happen. Like, it was just because all of a sudden the bundler companies just start dropping the ball all of a sudden. And then motherfuckers were getting drained, and I was like, what the fuck? You know, and it's like, and it was such a refreshing breath of air to, like, just from the beginning process, because I work with like a lot of people that are like all the way ages of 65 years old sometimes. I don't even know how to work a Discord, let alone a bundler. And I get to the point where I get to see these guys come in, quote unquote normies, and they spend 15, 16, 17 Solana on a bot, and the first thing the bot asks them, not this bot, but the first thing the bot will ask them is like, check your security protocols and do this and turn your firewall off, and it's like you doing all these hoops, and then just to basically strip all your clothing down just to get fucked. And this is a good refreshing air, because in Penguin, that was never the case from the very installation process alone. Still to this day, I don't know about you, I have installed this with many students, from literally VPSs to dedicated actual bare bone systems to just regular LAN computers, and there's never been an instance where it's asked me to check my firewall settings, to and that honestly just takes a hat off to the programming, because I know what I know, and I know what I don't know, and what I don't know is literally the programming of things, but I know that in the world that you have to do certain parameters to pass it through, because if you just simply C++ shit and then throw it out there, it'll tell everyone, hey, this is a software that might be kind of risque. So it was really comfort just from the jump, before you even get your Solana in, you get your mindset thought about whether you want to be a dev that's a project based dev, or if you want to be a LARP dev, if you want to be a literally statistics CT dev. There's all type of different ways to cut a cake, and I'm the type of teacher essentially that really has no bias. I'm be honest with you. Shout out to Out in the crowd. Like, he's one of the cookers. He's a really good cooker too. We were like tag team, no homo back in the day in the Dogwood Tools days. But when it comes down to it, like, this is a very powerful particular bot, just due to the fact of how much leverage you have. Now, like he was saying, like Penguin was saying, the market is like 125 now. And to be completely frank with you, I finally, I kind of like love and hate it. And the reason why I love and hate it is because And Out may be able to contest to this. And the market is so powerful. When it was like 240, 250, you can throw bundles in, and the charts would just like grab. And it's because snipers are just advantageously wanting to take shit to either snipe and dump. I mean, to take shit to migration and dump on you. But there was just a lot of bullish shit happening, a lot of volume happening in the air, and it was very easy to exit if you knew what you're doing. You know, and there wasn't so much of a skill issue. And nowadays, you know, like you was saying, you know, you have to put some more work into it. You have thousands, among millions of people out there, not even using bundlers, just literally just deploying in general. And some of them are sending just because they're taking that extra time just to, you know, gather that particular meta or meme or whatever that is like, you know, interest. For example, give you a good case study. If you were chilling out in, shout out to Neotrix, his freaking level thing, he would freaking find out that he's got a CT scanner, and all of a sudden it gets tractable to give you information. Like some people are asking in the chat, what type of products do I use? Well, you have a CT scanner. You can be a dev that grabs particular news and then use that bundler, have these bundles essentially kind of on standby. And the great thing about Penguin is it's the only fucking bundler I know in the game that has a schedule. Like you can literally cut schedule, have it on standby. And not only standby, let's talk about the features of fact that you can actually get your CA. A lot of people are asking in different, not going to name any names, in different bundler companies, hey, can I have my CA before the drop? And they're like laughing because in the TG world, you can't do that. But when you have ownership, when you have leverage, it's like you're a homeowner now rather than a renter, you know, in an apartment. And since you're a homeowner and you have leverage to your tools, you can do things such as grabbing the CA and things such as, you know, I'm just throw something out there. It's a little alpha here. You can go to, for example, a QR code. For those who don't know what QR codes are, you can literally print stickers out, right? You can print stickers out with the idea to essentially have a person go and scan it with their phone, right? Whether it be an iPhone or whatnot. And this QR code can literally be a destination to your token or your website or whatever it may be, but to be able to have it scheduled and have the presumptuable CA already in your grasp, which is essentially the vanity, is powerful, especially in the market. And so I don't want to take too much time, but I do want to tell you guys that I am one of the teachers. I'm one of the teachers, and I definitely would love to, talk with you. Everybody here is a teacher. I know them pretty much, almost all of them, but they are freaking amazing people as well, guys. You're in good hands, and I just want to know that there's two mindsets here. Let's just be completely transparent here, okay? There's two mindsets here. There's the mind state. There's the quote unquote. I know some people don't like this word, rugger, right? There's the quote unquote, and I'm a person of the belief of transfer of wealth, which is essentially belief of trying to be in the market cap to do a project that actually brings some type of like either great marketing like a FOMO to it, or be like literally some type of utility or alpha or something that people need, and that's why they're buying it anyways. But regardless of how you cook or what you cook, you know, you get your bread, it gets you how you get your bread. Just know when it comes to these markets here where it's kind of very slow, the ones that are, like you said, spending the more time in the behind the scenes, cooking up the websites, making sure that you have, you know, this is our narrative, that narrative, or even when it comes to literally coming to the point of how you distribute your funds. Are you going to warm up the wallets? Are you going to presumptually do a couple trades and then maybe wait a couple days for you to do the launches? On these things, pre things will help out because everyone essentially is not doing these pre things, so that way they're just throwing paint to the wall. And if you're accurate in a case, you can be very successful even in this market cap here. I show it on YouTube in 4K. I just push record. I do one-on-ones, and basically an hour of this put it in for free. There's like over 60 hours of footage on my YouTube at this point now. But yeah, guys, man, I just wanted to say shout out to everybody in this room. I'm gonna keep dropping some amazing shit as much as I can. And if you guys have any questions, just reach out to me and let me know.
Thank you, Uncle Warren, everybody.
Thank
So
you.
just to add on what he said here, Uncle was absolutely right. It's the pre-work that matters going into your projects. So like Datari asked more about wallet warm-up. There's a few different ways you can do that. One thing I have done in the past that worked for me is I just grab old Photon, old Bloom, old Unibot wallets, Trojan bots called now. I used to just grab those wallets that I have used before in the past for trading and just add them to my bundle wallets and just kind of mix them in. This will throw people off like crazy. This will throw scanners off. When people look into your wallets, they're like, "Oh, it's not really a bundle wallet. I can't really figure out what's going on here." So this will help add to FOMO, help make your projects do better. So that is something I would do. If you don't have many wallets or you're not much of a trader, I would just ask around some friends. I had some friends throw me their wallets too. You could do that always. Our tool has a wallet aging feature, which basically makes it look like this wallet was initially created on the platform that you choose, be it Photon, Bullx, Soul Trading Bot, Bloom, Trojan. You have so many options in there. So I hope that answers your question there. Now let me introduce here Out. Out is more on the younger side. He is most people I see getting into the bundling space who are new are usually on the younger age groups, 17 to 20 or so. And Out is in that age group. He's young. He has had success in the bundling, in the launching space. So he has many insights he can provide you here. I'm going to invite him now up here to speak and give you guys introduction on who he is. All right, Out, you should be able to come.
Oh, there we go. Thank you, man.
Out,
All right.
everybody.
Hello, everyone. I'm Out. I am 17 years old, and I also do coaching like Warren. I do coaching for bundling, launching meme coins, and all of the strategies and methods that required to do a successful launch. I do also have a website, bundle.academy, if anyone wants to check it out. So yeah, I am on the younger side. I'm actually 17 years old. I actually started meme coins back in June last year, and I got into bundling like a month later because I saw, so many projects, and me, just like a newbie on meme coins, I decided, let's put money into almost every single one I see. And turns out, I get that big red candle that I see on my screen, and I wanted to do a bit more research on how it works, and how maybe I can do the same or similar to actually make my own meme coin, since I thought that was really hard to do. You would need to do, I don't know, some contracts. You would need to use some custom websites to actually make your own coin. Turns out, it's pretty easy actually with some simple tools such as Penguintoolz, right? So I actually got into partnership with Penguintoolz a couple days ago, and I've been using their tools for like maybe a week, and so far, I launched, I think, 4 coins, and on every single one I actually made profit. Now, probably a lot of you guys already know there's like so many modes, a couple of them that you can use to actually launch in Penguintoolz. I'm not gonna, talk a lot about them since you guys probably know, but there's like Blizzard, there's Surf mode, and I personally like the Blizzard mode the most, and that's the mode I actually used every single time when I was launching. So yeah, I had a lot of questions previously when I was working for the old bundler that actually did something bad, and that's why a lot of people moved on from it. I'm not really gonna name it, but a lot of you guys probably know it. Anyways, I had a lot of basic questions, I would say, and those were usually, can I do bundling, or let's say launching, as a beginner? So yeah, you definitely can. I mean, even as a 17-year-old, I actually even had a student that was 15, and believe it or not, he made well over $6,000 on his first coin in like 30 seconds. So I mean, I wouldn't say it's easy and money's guaranteed, like absolutely not, but you actually have to put some effort in each project to actually send it. It's not, as Goom said, it's not as easy to just get an image, post it, and boom, you have like 50k market cap, and now you can sell however you want to. Absolutely not. It's usually making maybe a Twitter, a website, and making a small community where people would chat and actually try to push the coin higher and higher. So yeah, you can definitely do this as a beginner, as I said, even if you never actually launched a coin ever in your life before. Of course, it might be hard if you have absolutely no experience, but that's why me, Warren, and other coaches are there, to help you out. So, yeah, let me see. What I wanted to talk about, just a second, is how easy this tool actually is to use. For example, I'm looking at it right now. I'm not gonna screen share just in case I don't leak something that I shouldn't. But I mean, there's just a couple buttons, and boom, you launch, right? And as Warren said, there's scheduled launching, which is actually making money while you're sleeping, which is something insane. I actually never saw on any other tool that was there for months and months. And that's something that I think I would say changes the game, because you could even farm snipers. Snipers are actually the only reason we lose money on our coins is, let's say you do the launch, you get sniped, your coin goes nowhere, maybe because it could be a million factors. It could be because the timing was bad, maybe the market is bad itself, maybe your project is bad, maybe it was good to you, but maybe these trenchers, they didn't like it, right? So yeah, give me a second. Yeah, basically you could farm the snipers. Snipers, I would say, are really bad because they would gain supply in the beginning and then sell on us. Maybe even, kill our project that we actually tried to push, and actually, make a big community out of it, and actually send it higher, of course. But as Goob said, most of the launches do not last more than a couple minutes, and that's kind of my goal as well. Usually, I don't like to hold for too long, because you could do projects of any type. You could do LAR projects, or you could do legit projects, right? So you could do a project where you would make a website, legit website, like an actual project that you are willing to push for even months. In some cases, I had a student that actually wanted to get help about launching a huge meme coin that turned to be on about 10 mil market cap, I would say. Of course, not. I didn't push it to 10 mil. Absolutely not. Like that's not really my power. But with callers and everything he just wanted to get help about actually launching the coin itself, and securing the most amount of supply, and then later on selling it however he really wants. So yeah, I think scheduled launching is a game changer. It's basically an AFK farm. Even in some cases, that's how I would explain it. I mean, of course, it depends how you want to use it. You could even do, I don't know, 10 launches, schedule them, and then they would launch. You can have auto sells and everything, and it would just go smooth as butter, and that's pretty much it. You don't even have to look at the chart. But of course, I mean, it comes with risks. Maybe you put the auto sell too early, or later on, maybe the coin actually goes somewhere and actually dies off before you actually sell. But overall, I mean, it's a great feature to actually farm snipers, as I said, but also do some launching. Another question I had was, of course, if you guys have any questions, feel free to send them in public questions or here in the AMA chat. Another question I had was how complicated, or how many coins. Let's start off with that. How many coins can I launch in a day? Usually, I tell people don't launch more than 1 or 2 coins a day, because quality over quantity is always a fact. I mean, it's better to launch one single coin in 3 days than to launch 10 coins a day, or 30 coins in 3 days. I mean, that's absolutely crazy, because the quality of your coins, I mean, don't get me wrong, maybe you are a pro in this, maybe you're experienced with making websites and actual cool projects. How to bond a coin within 5 minutes? Yeah, I'm gonna get to that question in just a second. So the projects, really, I think you should take your time in actually making them. Spamming gets you nowhere most of the time. Exactly. I mean, you can't really just get a picture, get a ticker, or get, I don't know, something that was made already a million times on BullX, or PumpFun overall, any trading platform you use. I mean, you just go on let's say Pump Vision, or whatever they're called, meme scopes. You would see a coin that's sent. Maybe let's copy that one and let's actually launch it. That probably won't work in most cases, but actually making something unique, something your own, actually, just making a Twitter and a website, it doesn't really have to be a fully legit project. If you don't want to, you can, as I said, do a LAR project. And as Warren mentioned, you can be a LARP dev. Absolutely. Pre-work is everything. That's absolutely true. So how to bond a coin within 5 minutes? I'm not gonna take my time here. Actually, I'm gonna be a bit short. I want to let the other coaches as well talk. So my bad for that. So how to bond a coin within 5 minutes? it's all depending on the market itself. I mean, when Sol was at 280, 290, it was pretty much easy actually to bond your coin. I mean, I had a student that never launched a coin ever in his life before, and I might even be able to find the CA of it. I'm gonna take a look and send it after if I manage to find it. He actually launched an AI coin. That was the meta at the time. Now the meta, how you find it out? I mean, basically you just go on Bullex, Axiom, Photon, and you actually, take your time and see what's sending and what's not sending. At the time, only AI things were sending, AI projects, and nothing else, pretty much. So we said let's work on an AI project. It took him like 2 days, I think, to make. And what we did was we launched it with like 5 Sol, I think, something like that. I mean, it was his first launch, so I said let's not rush. It secures a bit of supply, and besides, you're a beginner, so let's take everything slowly and get the hang of the tool that we were using at the time. So we managed to launch it, and it actually bonded in 5 seconds, not 5 minutes. But 5 seconds after the launch, a bit of candles up and down, just because of the snipers, of course, and it bonded. Honestly, I was amazed because that's something I never seen a project bond in 5 seconds. I've seen them bond in 15, 20, 30 seconds, but in 5 seconds, absolutely not. But that was something, amazing I saw. And he turned out to make around 20 Sol because of the Sol dumps and everything. I'm sniper dumps, my bad. So yeah. How to bond. I mean, it's pretty much based on your project. As I said, you can't really make a random coin and expect it to bond. Like, absolutely not. You could do a news meta coin news narrative. So something that just happened, for example, on an X tracker, you could follow it and then make a coin about that. That could potentially bond if it's, an important info to the world or just the trenchers themselves. Or really, I mean, there are bots that usually scrape that info and actually make those coins, but again, you could maybe do that thing and it could potentially work out. What else? How to bond? I mean, your project, of course, needs to be, I wouldn't say legit, but at least if you're LARPing it, make sure you LARP it correctly. Make sure it looks nice and everything, at least so people believe it, so they can instantly buy it without even checking out the website or anything. Just, overall the image, sticker, and everything must look a bit legit. Then, of course, the wallets. There's a wallet warm-up, aging option in Penguintoolz, so that's easy, mixing funds and everything. That pretty much takes care of every single part of the wallets, and then the chart itself, it depends what mode you use. It can be slowly going up or instantly going up with Blizzard or Surf mode. What about competition? Why don't you use your tool and make money? Why are you teaching people and make game more and more difficult or selling tools courses? Your is better than your profits from launches. That's actually a great question. Yeah. So the reason I do teaching, I would say, is because when you're actually making project, I mean, don't get me wrong, I am launching almost every single day, but again, I don't spend 24 hours, or let's say I sleep 10 hours. I don't spend most of my day actually on launching. I spend mostly like 5 minutes. And, if I have the experience, if I have, I wouldn't say the sauce, but, if I just have knowledge about everything about launching and stuff like that, why not, sell it? I earn a lot from it, of course, but also I earn from bundling itself. I mean, bundling doesn't take me really hours and hours. It takes me a couple minutes. Besides, when you get big enough, or even in the beginning, you could get a team that could work on art, website, and overall, I mean, the Twitter is as easy as, making just a profile, So that's pretty much how I work, or why I sell courses, let's say. So yeah.
One thing I wanted to add to that, if you don't mind, out.
Yeah, absolutely.
About teaching and about just, I guess, the market in general. I learned very fast that there is more than enough money out there for everyone to eat. There is no
Oh yeah,
need
absolutely.
to, there's just look at the daily volume in crypto, how much money's just exchanging hands just on pump fun alone. So by making the game more difficult, that's going to happen anyways. The market's always evolving. People are getting smarter day by day by day. We are here to help you keep up with that. So by having coaches, by having people who are in the market, actively launching, actively profiting, Because you have to realize 99% of people, or 99.99% of people in this market, when they launch, they most likely lose money. It's the 0.01% that are actually profitable. So by giving you that knowledge and showing you and helping you guys stay up to speed on what's going on a day-to-day basis, this helps you get the edge you need. So when you launch, you're more likely to be successful, because at the end of the day, this is all a PvP, in the sense where either if you're a trader or either if you're launching, both sides, it's always a PvP against each other. When you're trading, if you risk 20 soul, guess what? You can lose all of that 20 soul. If you risk 20 soul in launching, it's much less. It's very hard for you to lose all of that money. So you have to pick the side that you're on and then essentially learn accordingly and get your edge accordingly. In any financial market out there, it's all about edge. You find your edge, you keep it, you milk it until it works, and then when it stops working, you find another edge. Same thing goes in launching, same thing goes here. So we are here to help you guys get that edge. And of course, it's a business, so it's in return for money. No one's doing this for free. But in our spare times, if we can help you guys get better at launching, get your game right, and start being more profitable, trust me, it doesn't take anything from us. We will still be making the money we're making, with or without the market getting smarter, because the market is getting smarter anyways. Where you're having the competition on a day-to-day basis and launching is just crazy. So most people get stuck. They don't know how to keep up. They don't know how to be in tune with the day-to-day market, because people have jobs. You have lives. I understand. You can't just sit in front of a screen all day. So why don't you leave that to the experts, like we have the coaches here, and have them do the homework for you and basically teach you for a small price? That will save you time in the long run. And those who do have the time to sit at the screen all day, of course, they'll be doing it anyways. This is just for you guys to always be like, it's not making the game more difficult, but it's making it easier for you. Think of it that way. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a great answer. I mean, we're all. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I mean, I'm following the trenches every day. I'm even trading myself when I have time, and just following everything and then sharing that knowledge. Not everyone really has time to, like me. I'm 17. I don't have much stuff to do in life. It's really just school, and most of the day I'm just looking and gaining the knowledge, I would say, about all of this, about launching, about getting the supply, about launching the correct projects and everything. That's just, I guess, how it works. And then of course we're charging for it, but of course turns out, and honestly, in how many students I had, most of them made profit. Some didn't, but those who didn't, didn't really want to put much effort in it. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Out. Yeah, like you said, some will have success and some may not. But at the end of the day, it's all about the pre-work. We will give you the tools. We will give you the skills necessary to be successful. And so far, I have seen even Out, just in the last couple of days, he brought a couple students here and they used Penguintoolz. One of them made 4 soul profit in like seconds. The other one made 6 point something. It's there in the success channel as well. And like with the right help, it really can be that easy. Even in today's soul price, 4 soul a day definitely keeps the 9 to 5 away. Thank you, Out.
That's a
Very good
fact.
insight. The next coach I want to bring on is Shifters. He is known very well in the NFT space. He is a veteran in the NFT space. Shifters also has experience teaching software in colleges and universities in Germany. So not only is he a coach for us, but he has real world teaching experience as well, which I believe can be very valuable in setting up good structures for courses and being able to get feedback from students in a very positive way. So Shifters, please come up, introduce yourself, and answer any questions.
Yeah, thanks, Goose, for the introduction. So yeah, hey Penguin fam, I'm Shapestars. A few of you might already know me, a few do not, so quickly introducing myself for the ones who don't. I joined Penguintoolz like a month ago and I have been launching for a couple of months now. I think I started launching around mid last year. And outside of the crypto space, like Goom said, I actually used to work as a teacher in IT, teaching programming to students. So I thought I will combine my teaching skills and what I learned over the last months and start coaching here and cooking with you guys here. So yeah, today I actually had my first coaching here at Penguintoolz and it went absolutely great. My first student here, he's even in the audience. She's the one. Shout out to him. It's actually a him. And yeah, I'm super excited to see what he will cook after it may click to him. And when you guys struggle at anything related to launching small to mid-sized projects, anything between 5-figure to multiple 6-figure market caps, feel free to reach out to me and I will get you all the infos you need to reach these numbers with the right preparation. Of course, nothing is guaranteed, but with the right preparation, you can maximize your chances, and we're here to maximize your chances. So inside of this server, if you scroll down, there are multiple channels about the coachings. Just reach out to all the coaches here, check what they offer, and once you find anything you think that fits to you, just reach out and maybe we will see each other on a one-on-one session. That's it from my side. Cheers, guys, and I give it back to you, Gooms.
Thank you, Shifters. One thing I want to let everyone know here, we have a very global team. We speak many different languages, from Arabic, English, of course, Arabic, multiple dialects. We have a German speaker here as well. We have a Serbian/Russian speaker as well, which is out. So you guys are never limited by language with Penguintoolz. If you speak a different language, simply ask because there's a good chance that one of our team members speaks it. So if you need coaching in German, you have Shifters here. You need coaching in Russian, Serbian, you have out. All you have to do is simply just scroll down in our server here, go to coaching, and select the coach you want, open a ticket, and boom, we will get you set up. The next coach I want to bring on is Mr. Kano. Kano is also a youngin, as we call them here, like out. And he's newer to, I'd say, the bundling space and has had some success in his short term that he's been here. So that's why I brought him on, because he's very good for people who are just, I'd say, newbies in the space. People just want to learn how to get used to the tool, how to understand botting on Solana in general. And what I've seen from him and his students, they are consistently making 3 to 5 SOL per launch right now, which is very good. So he can help you get to that level. So I'm going to bring him on now. All right, Kano, you should be able to speak. Welcome.
Hello. Thanks. Thanks for the introduction. So, hey everybody, my name's Kano. I'm really excited to be coaching. If you've seen the Penguintoolz walkthrough videos, I'm the voice in those videos, so you may already be familiar with my voice. I've been a part of this team, making these guide videos for you guys pretty much since the start. And now I'll be coaching one-on-one sessions, going much more in depth with how to configure a good setup and strategies that you can repeat for every launch. I found success in my own strategy regardless of the market. And yeah, so for my last launch, I cooked around 3 SOL in about 20 seconds. And I'd love to share my knowledge and experience with you guys and help you level up and ideally profit more than you were before. So my my coaching session costs 1 Solana, where I walk you through everything from setup to mastery. But the first 3 students get a free session. So if you want a session with me, open a ticket. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them now.
Thank you, Kano. You guys heard the man.
Thanks.
3 free sessions, 3 students, each will get a free session each. So if you are interested, simply open a ticket under Kano and we can get you started. Well, there we go, guys. I will be concluding the AMA with that. If there's any further questions, now is the time to ask. I'll give you guys a few minutes here before we close up.
I do want to say one thing, actually. I want to take time. Thank you, everybody who came, all the teachers today. But I just want to also just, take a special just thanks for you, brother. Like, you and your team. Like, honestly, this shit right here, guys, like, this is very formal. I like it. It was a Libra say, but like this shit is the fucking truth. Let's not like act like this is not the fucking truth. Y'all motherfuckers could be printing fucking money now. Like this shit right here is like, I don't know if y'all realize where, if you just get in here and you're normie and you're just getting started here, like this is one of those things where it's like you hit the fucking golden goose, because or golden penguin for that matter. You know what I'm saying? Just for no, because at the end of the day, like, you have no idea how much bullshit we've gone through as just like teachers from students, saying, oh, this don't work, that don't work, oh, this is happening, this is happening. And to have a system where these guys are consistently cooking, like this motherfucker was cooking on midnight, and I'm like, whoa, like after the first update came out, 5 hours later, another fucking update came out. People are not doing this, and you go to other ecosystems, you literally will understand that you're gonna be treated like a stepson. It is what it is. But I just want to thank you guys for taking the time today to set this stone, because this shit right here does not happen. And we gotta give credit where credit's due, and that's what I want to say. Real nigga.
Thank you, Onk. All right, guys. So, yep. Welcome all to Penguintoolz. We will be releasing that free tool very soon. It will have volume features. It will have a bump bot feature. Like Onk said, we are very fast with our updates, and this will always remain the case. We have 24/7 support for you guys. So anytime you open a ticket, you'll be answered within a couple minutes. 5 minutes is the longest I've seen so far in our company. And our customer service is top notch. We are here to help you guys. We are here to make you all into successful launchers. And all you have to do is simply, also, I do one-on-ones as well. These are absolutely free, but you have to own a lifetime license to be able to access those. I usually do 1 or 2 a week when I have time. They're usually an hour long. My last student who did get a session from me, the very next day, he made about, I think, he turned about 6 SOL into 30, whatever that is in dollars. You can do the math. So I can always help you out too, but again, you have to own a lifetime license to get access to that. If you do not, and you want to just learn overall on how to get good at bundling, how to get into launching, maybe you're new, you want to get an idea of things first, please open a ticket in our Discord here with any of our coaches, and we will get you guys all set up. I see there are some more questions coming in, so let's answer those. Frank asked, what are the optimal wallet amounts? Okay, so I personally, for all my launches, use between 16 to 24. I know it's a random number, but I don't know why, but it just works for me. 16 to 24 is usually the sweet spot. Our tool allows you to use up to 40. So it all depends on your strategy, of course. If you want more supply control spread across more wallets, you can do that with Penguintoolz. I don't think any other similar tool in the market right now supports up to 40. We're the only one. So you also have that benefit with us. If you guys think that the lifetime prices are a little bit hefty, which I understand, it's a one-time fee. We also have rental options. All you have to do is simply open a ticket. We have rental tickets as well. Simply open up a ticket, ask what the price is. You can see the prices right now listed in, let me get the exact channel, the Penguintoolz channel and the license channel, actually. So you can see all the prices there. You can rent. Most of our renters have success and upgrade to lifetime within the first 2 weeks. We've had many successes so far, and I hope everyone here will be added to the list of successes as well. We have a cooker program coming soon. I'll reveal more details about that later, but if you guys make over, we still have to set the threshold, but if you make over, I guess, 100 SOL a launch, you will be added to this cooker group, which will give you more access to not just resources, but what's going on in the market, give you more access to alpha groups, to cabals, and help you guys take your launches to the next level. So once you make 100 SOL, we'll help you get to 400 or 500 SOL as well. We're here to provide as much value as we can. Anything you guys want from us, anything you guys have in requests, please add them to feature requests in the Penguin chat. If you're not a Penguintoolz user yet, please just send them in public questions, send them in general chat. Anything you would want requested, we can add that very fast. Our small dev team is much faster right now than bigger dev teams out in the market. We have proven this time and time again. just like Ung said, we were the first to come out with a pump swap update when a pump bundle got rid of radium recently, as you all may know. We were the first ones to support it. And this will always be the case. We're always ahead of the game. You will always have that support with Penguintoolz. And yeah, there's no more questions. I guess we can conclude the MA here now. All right, everyone. Thank you for coming. Welcome to Penguintoolz, and I hope to see you again. Bye now.